Something guys, something guys, something guys. So we are here for the North London Derby match preview of Arsenal versus Spurs at the Emirates Stadium, and we have zero excuse. I don't want to hear nothing. Yeah, this is live. We're live this time. But I don't want to hear no excuses. Well, big up to you, Andy. But I don't want to hear no excuses of, oh, we're missing certain players. Nope. Not trying to hear it. But I do think we were going to win this game. But it wouldn't shock me if the unthinkable happened. It wouldn't shock me. But we're going to get into the match preview anyway. And then I'm going to put the link in the chat. So if anyone wants to come up and have a chat, then free to do so after I get through the match preview. And I want to show you guys some stuff as well, because I just think that certain things, when the grift is just to a point where it's like, really? Is that how far you're really going to go with it? But I'll have to go on my Instagram, actually, to I log into my Instagram in here. No, I didn't. Why didn't I? Anyways, Arsenal versus Spurs. Word on the streets is that Odegaard, he might be in contention to at least be on the bench for this game. I mean, I don't want a player that's just coming back from an injury starting this game straight away. I honestly don't. And I feel that we have enough in this team to see these men out anyway. Now, it's the best home form against the best away form. Yeah. We're unbeaten at home, they're unbeaten away from home. When you look at the style of play between both clubs, if anyone predicted a draw, that probably sounds about right. When you look at that. But it's a North London derby. Big up to Kurt. But yeah, you saw the photo, Kurt, the screenshot I put on Instagram of Henry Talks Football. Jesus Christ, he changed his title. But yeah, I'm gonna get into that like later on in the stream. Arteta rushing back. It wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me if somebody gets rushed back in this game. All I'm saying is Hincapié to the rescue. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. I called this when I read. You guys saw me, yeah? You guys saw me in February this year when I was saying about, we'll just put Moreno as a striker then, and then he's the only one I can see being a striker. Just put him as a striker.
I've seen him do it.
You guys heard me, and then what did he do? Came on and scored a brace against Leicester. All I'm saying is Hincapié to the rescue. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. There's no excuse readily available that can be used legitimately for us not getting 3 points out of these men. Arsenal still beat Tottenham because it's Tottenham. Doesn't matter if Arsenal got injuries. I think we'll beat them. Big up to the mythical. The mythical YT. I've never seen you in here before, but big up to you, W Unk. It says, told you City would beat Liverpool. Oh yeah, he did. I think that was last time I'm live, wasn't it? Big up to Warren in the building. Oh shit. But yeah, let's get into this match preview of us versus them. Hold on. I didn't load everything, man. I didn't even load what I needed to load, man. No, we're good. We're good anyway. We're good. Really? Come on, man. It feels like I haven't been live for ages now, because the past few videos have been pre-recorded and scheduled and stuff like that. But we've got a match preview, so let's get into it. As the latest edition of the North London Derby carries huge importance as Arsenal sit top of the Premier League table when they host Tottenham, who are looking to break into the top four. Now, I would consider this an embarrassment if we don't beat these men. We have more to lose if we don't win this game because we're the ones fighting for the league, and Man City are playing Newcastle. I think it's a 5:30 kickoff tomorrow. So they'll move within a point with us because I don't see Newcastle doing something against City. That I honestly don't. I can see him giving him a scare, but overall, Haaland will just be Haaland. You know what I mean? And it's at St James's Park, and so you think to yourself, well, but we'll have to see with that. Liverpool are the bottlers of this season because much money they spent, and they were favourites to win the league this season. Yeah, but the thing is with Liverpool, these men haven't retained a trophy since the 1980s. These men can't even retain a Community Shield. You know what I mean? That's how far Liverpool are from retaining anything. You know what I mean? So, since losing to defending champions Liverpool in August, Arsenal have been near perfect across all competitions, winning 12, drawing 2, and enter the round with a 4-point lead at the Premier League summit. To lift the trophy for the first time since 2004, I hate having to read that. To lift the trophy since 2004, I hate having to read that. The Gunners will look to avoid a further lapse, like the one they suffered in a 2-2 draw at Sunderland. See, we could have been 2 points better off if we'd have beaten Sunderland before the international break. But they've conceded just 3 times across their other 10 league outings this term. Wins and clean sheets in 4 of their 5 home league games indicates they are primed to get back on track here, with the only player to breach their home regard being the unstoppable Erling Haaland. Now, with this fixture in particular, the last time there was a clean sheet in the North London derby at the Emirates was when we beat Spurs 2-0 in 2017. I was there. That was my first game that I went to. When we beat them 2-0, Sanchez and Mustafi. That's the last time we kept a clean sheet against these men at the Emirates Stadium. Otherwise, Spurs always score at the Emirates. And with my score prediction, I do have Spurs getting at least a goal in this game. Liverpool can control a light bulb. League Gunner versus Terrorist Jokes and Troops. Yeah, he did. I saw Nick's stream about it. He blocked him because Jamaica was pretty much, didn't get the result that they needed. And Troops was obviously emotional damage. And League Gunner decided to thought it'd be a bright idea to go and phone Troops. You know what I mean? Anyways, a strong start to the Premier League season has begun to unravel for Tottenham, who have won 1 of the last 4 in the competition, drawing 1, losing 2, yet remain in touch with top 4. Thomas Frank's side thought they had snatched a victory from losing position against Man United last time out, but conceded deep into the stoppage time to place even more pressure on this huge derby. Frank also needs to find a way to fix the club's poor record of winning only 1 of the last 6 London derbies, winning 1, drawing 1. But as Spurs are the only unbeaten side in the division on the road this season, winning 4, drawing 1, a trip to the Emirates might not be such a daunting proposition. Well, Spurs can't win here, typically. In 2010, we're talking 15 years ago was the last time these men won in the league at the Emirates. But I swear we better not lose to these. If we lose to these men, we better go unbeaten and win every single game for the rest of the season or some shit. We'll put it this way, we better go on a unbeaten spree that makes the loss not seem so bad, because we'd still be top of the league, and then going into April, May, we're still there. You know what I mean? Head-to-head history. Arsenal are on their longest winning streak, winning 3 against Tottenham this century, and are unbeaten in 6 head-to-heads, winning 5, drawing 1. They've lost just one of their last 32 Premier League home games against Spurs, winning 19, drawing 12, whilst they score 2+ goals in each of the last 8. There's part of me that wanted to turn around and say, you know what? I think I'm going to predict a 5-2.
What?
But I ain't. I was thinking it. You know, I was thinking, should I just be bold and say we'll beat him 5-2?
Ah!
But yeah. Hot stats and streaks. Arsenal scored 5 unanswered goals between half-time and the 60th minute in the league this term. Arsenal have a perfect record against all competition, across all competitions this season, when scoring first, winning 13. Only one of Tottenham's last 6 games saw both teams score. Tottenham led at half-time in just 3 of their 11 Premier League games this season, drawing 4 and losing 4. So obviously we've got key players on both ends. Gabriel and Victor Gyökeres heads Arsenal's extensive injury list. Spurs will be hoping Mohamed Kudus will be fit. There'll be no Solanke or Kolo Muane. So obviously Tottenham have got quite a bit of an injury list here. Will not play for us is Gabriel and Jesus, Victor Gyökeres, Havertz, Madueke, Martinelli. Like, that's all our attack, and then our best defender out. But like I said, there's no excuse. Questionables, Odegaard with knee injury, and the referee is Michael Oliver.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn! God damn! God damn! God damn! Fuck! Fuck!
Yeah, Michael Oliver's gonna be the referee. So honestly, it would not shock me if we lost this game. It wouldn't shock me at all, because you know it'd be one of them where it's like we drew against Sunderland, and then we had the international break, and then we come back, North London derby, Spurs are unbeaten away from home. They haven't won at the Emirates for 15 years, blah blah blah, and then Michael Oliver being a dick that he is, especially if he watches his club lose against the club that he's on a payroll for. Because don't forget, he's a Newcastle fan, and they're playing Man City. So if Newcastle if his boyhood club or whatever was to get pammed by Man City, you know what I mean? Even though he supports Newcastle, he's still on the City's payroll. You know what I mean? He's gonna do what he can. You know what I mean? Goofy decisions that Spurs will get that we won't. Telling you. You know what I mean? It's almost written in the stars, isn't it? Newcastle are playing Man City. Michael Oliver is a Newcastle fan, but he's on City's payroll pretty much. Yeah. If he watches City pam Newcastle, you know what I mean? Despite the fact that it's his club that he supports is getting pammed, it's by a club who's who he's on a payroll for anyway. Now it's a case of, well, since our City are pulling quite further ahead, let's help extend it. Oh no, not pulling ahead, pulling close behind them. Let's keep the gap closed by, screwing over Arsenal. We should beat Spurs comfortably. We still have more than enough. I don't care about the injuries. We have the squad now. No excuses. Yeah, there's no excuse. There's no excuse. Just for me, I'm wary about Michael Oliver more than I'm wary about any Spurs player. You know what I mean? That's what I'm more worried about. That no World Cup for Italy for the 3rd time. Jesus Christ! I haven't been keeping up. Yeah, saw troops blocking the thing on the next channel, and I was like, man said 5-2. Last time Lee Gunner said that Arsenal ended up drawing 2-2 to Tottenham. Yeah. Arsenal will still win. Fuck the ref, bro. We'll see, because he's a dick, right? The ref is a dick. But as expression says, hopefully this is how it's going to go for Spurs.
Do you know what? I don't mind if we lose. It is what it is. I want us to lose.
You know what I mean? I want you to lose as well. You get me? Anyways, Arsenal won one. I hate it when I fumble my speech, man. Let's try again. Arsenal have drawn 1 out of the last 5, winning 4. And Spurs have lost 2 of the last 5, winning 2 and drawing 1. Now, the head-to-head of Arsenal and Spurs, last time we played them, in the friendly that Spurs will love to remind us of, they beat us 1-0 in Hong Kong. First North London derby outside of North London. Yeah, you got the W, but it meant fuck all in the end. So last time we played them, when it actually meant something, we beat them 2-1 at the Emirates. Before that, we beat them 1-0 at the Lightwork Lane. Before that, we beat them 3-2 at Lightwork Lane. Before that, we drew 2-2 at the Emirates. What the hell's going on? All right. Where was I? 2-2, 2-2. I was on the 2-2. Yeah. Before that, we beat them 2-0 at Lightwork Lane. Before that, we beat them 3-1. So the last time Spurs beat us was 2022 when they beat us 3-0. That was the last time they have won against us, and that was at Lightwork Lane. And that was a period. Oh, they beat us in the friendly in 2021 as well. So Spurs can beat us in friendlies. They know how to do that, but when it actually matters the most, they tend not to do it. But yeah, when they moved into that new stadium, they did beat us. That 1-1 was that at Wembley Stadium in 2019. Yeah, it was Wembley Stadium. Yeah, because we when they moved into that stadium, we already played them away from home. So when they moved into that stadium, the first time we went there, we lost 2-1 in 2020. We lost there twice in 2020, actually. And then we lost there. Wait, 2020. Yeah, 2020. 2020, they beat us twice at that new stadium. And then they beat us in 2022, 3-0. And then they haven't beaten us there since at their ground. We've been, we won there like 3 times on the spin. And obviously they haven't beaten us at the Emirates since 2010 when what's his name scored the winning goal. What's his name? The French guy. Lawrence Fishburne wannabe. Eunice Kabul. That's the last time. The game where Nasri scored. He scored a brace, didn't he? Oh, Shamak scored. Yeah, it was Shamak and Nasri and Shamak scored in that game. Because I remember Nasri scored from that tight angle. So my score prediction for this game, is Arsenal 2, Spurs 1. I'm thinking a set piece is going to separate this game. I think it's crucial that we score first because it is going to be long if Spurs score first. It's going to be a long game, and the way we struggle to break teams down, and it tends to be a set piece. Even though we haven't scored from a set piece in the Premier League since when's the last time we scored a set piece in the Premier League now? Because we didn't score any against Sunderland. Burnley. Burnley, because Yokri scored from the corner. That's the last time. It's going to be long. If Spurs score first, it's going to be long. But I reckon we'll score first, and I think Spurs will equalise. Not straight away, but it won't take them too long to equalise, and then the game's just going to go on and on and on. And like I said, Hincapie to the rescue. Hashtag Hincapie to the rescue. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, that's all I'm saying, fam. But yeah, I do think we'll win 2-1 in this game. Yeah, I wanted to say 5-2, but I genuinely don't believe that we're really going to do that. Did you try to claim at Tottenham 1-0 wins? I watched listened to Cass from Never a Foul. He had Deji and Igal on there, and I listened to them going back and forth. I remember that 3-0 battering. Then following game, we lost to Newcastle 2-0 away and bottled top 4. Yep. And then from that, that's how I knew the season after, when we got in the title race, I knew that we weren't gonna win the league because of that same fashion, losing games in a row. I knew that was gonna happen. But yeah, it's one of them. But anyways, and in fact, I'll put my link in the chat, and I'm gonna play a bit of a video, yeah, because I need to see what's being said. So I want to see what's being said in this video here. Arsenal's moment or Spurs' revenge. Liverpool could slip up. So the original title to this, and let me see if I can. The original title to that was Arsenal beat Spurs or something. Let me have a look at this. Let me just let me find it. It's on my Instagram. Oh, fuck off, man. Why didn't you bring up my shit anyway? That ain't all the saved passwords, dickhead. It's because you're using the Windows bloody thingy. I wanted to it's bullshit, man. I don't know why it's not why is it turned off? Why is that turned off? Trying to find something here and bloody right. What I'll do, I'll disconnect my camera because my phone's using the camera at the moment. So I'm going to disconnect it. Then I'm going to be back. My prediction for the game is Arsenal 2, Spurs 1. That's my prediction. Right. Not using the phone's camera anymore, so I'll just quick share it from my phone because this is the shilling for my football club is something else. Yeah, the shilling is something else. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, if Wenger had fucked off sooner, that might not have happened, and yeah, maybe would have challenged more in the Champions League. But anyways, let me show you guys the original photo. Yeah, I'll bring you up in a second, Warren. This was the original title to. Let me just click on the video.
Yes, welcome.
So this was the original title. What I'm going to show you now, sorry. That was the original title of his video. I took a screenshot. That was so when he uploaded it, it was 29 minutes ago. 29 minutes later, I saw it. I took a screenshot. I uploaded it on Instagram. Arsenal destroy Spurs. No question mark. Exclamation mark. City slip up question mark. Henry and Terry's. Well, I don't know, a Premier League roundup or something. Maybe he said. Yeah, that was his title originally. Yeah, obviously the thumbnail is the two biggest Arsenal peddlers that you could ever imagine. Imagine a Spurs fan. You know, this is what he put as his title. You know what I mean? You could not make this up. YG, it's supposed to snow in Yorkshire. Temperatures dropped a lot. Well, it did the other morning. The other morning it was quite. We had a bit of snow and it was cold up here. This Emirates guy is definitely not a Tottenham fan. He's a closet Arsenal fan. There's no true fan will put this much PR on their channel. No, it pays. It pays. That's the thing. He's just not a hardcore Tottenham fan. That's what I'll say. He's not a hardcore Tottenham fan because his team won the Europa League last season, and this is still on this. You know what I mean? He's still on that. Obviously, the titles that he puts up is to get people coming in quick, and then he changes it to what he really wants it to be, because you can't keep that up forever. Like, you can't have that as his title, especially if Spurs get something in this game. The two biggest peddlers, right? Arsenal peddlers, the guys that know if you talk about Arsenal, it pays. Yeah. The two biggest peddlers have come together. Anyways, let's have a listen to what they're saying in this video, because I haven't watched this. I haven't seen anything of this. So let's have a look.
To a Premier League preview weekend. Finally, after this boring international break, we have finally got the return of the Premier League with the North London derby this Sunday. Myself and Terry are going to be previewing the games.
It's just unbelievable, the title that man put, you know.
As things, mate.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
More. I'll go with your thoughts first. What have you made of Chelsea's start to the season, and how do you think this game?
Of over-analysing of Chelsea, as I say, for a top four finish this season, because Chelsea are just better than everybody else below them, maybe barring Liverpool when Liverpool find their feet. What the Man Uniteds, the Arsenals, the Chelseas that did in the 90s and the noughties. One, when squads were smaller. Two, when you can only make 3 substitutions. You know, as examples, it's easier to do that now. Squads are now a lot bigger. But equally, what you can't, you shouldn't, it often gets discounted in those.
No, but the thing is, people like this, that's what they want to happen. These men don't want Arsenal to win the league. It's sexy to see Arsenal trying to do it. That's the thing about these men. This is what I've been telling people. These men are happy that Arsenal are putting the pressure on and not getting over the line. It pays to talk about Arsenal while doing all this. It will be interesting if we win the league or something. It'll be interesting to see how these men will go about it, because, you know, the grift will still be there. It's just how hardcore is it going to be? And what if Arsenal win so much that it gets boring? Then they'll have to find somebody else. What I don't understand is, how is Arsenal scary when literally everybody around them that's meant to be some sort of threat to Arsenal have all won trophies? That's about I don't get. I don't understand that. But, you know, when you know about the grift, that's the only way you will understand it. That's the only way you'll understand why Arsenal's scary, because it's not that Arsenal's scary. It's just the traffic, it drives traffic to talk about Arsenal in this way.
City Liverpool title races is, say, 3-1.
I said 4-1. Do you know what? We're going to keep it tally.
No, 3-1.
What's your score prediction for that? If Arsenal and Barcelona coming up, they need to build momentum. What's your score prediction for that? With Arsenal guy again, I'm going to go 4-1. And with looking at the fixture they've got,
I want to see who he's talking about.
Clean sheets. They've only got, I think, 2 in their last 7 in all competitions. I think they drew with Karabakh as well.
And I've got a hernia, and it will kill me.
He's not going to be featuring, according to Football, with his injury. He should be back early December. Do you think without Semenyo, West Ham stand a chance? Brentford. I think Thiago at the moment has got 5 goals in his last 3. I actually think Brentford will turn up to the Amex and steamroll. I think that Brighton manager is a bit of a.
There we are.
What is it? Fabian Hertz, whose name is. It's a bit
losing their best.
Did you see what I put on Instagram, Warren?
No, I've not checked your Instagram. What did you put up?
This video that we're watching, this was the original title.
Arsenal destroy Spurs City. Oh, wow.
Now, imagine an Arsenal fan who's grifting for, say, Spurs, for example,
Mm.
and they put Spurs destroy Arsenal, no question mark, just exclamation mark on their channel. So that was his video. That was his title for at least the first half an hour, because I took this screenshot.
Right.
And
Okay.
now the title of the video is Arsenal's moment or Spurs revenge. Liverpool could slip up, question mark. So he didn't even mention Liverpool in his original title. He mentioned City.
I reckon Terry must have got in his ear to get him to change it. Honestly,
He's always been doing that. He always puts, when you see Henry put a video up and it's only just gone up, that title will change. He always does it. It's just that this is wild to me. That's wild. Arsenal destroy Spurs. Bear in mind,
why would you do that if you're a Spurs fan? Like even if you're on this grift where you want to big up Arsenal, right, because it makes you money, like cool. But I mean, come on, like titles like this, like I don't know, man. This guy is
the grift is.
I genuinely want to know what goes through his mind, like what goes through his head to actually want to do things like this and make titles like this when you're clearly you put it out there to the world that you're a Spurs fan.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's the fact that he's got it in capital letters, destroy.
Yeah. So
that's what makes it even worse for me, you know.
It's ridiculous. I'm glad that screenshotted it, because you know he does change his titles, and yeah, that's just this is ridiculous. A Spurs fan doing that. Let me have a look at the comments. Let me have a look. Henry, you said every season Spurs are going to walk away with something, but end up walk away with 0 point. Terry always.
Do you know what that's basically the equivalent of, right? Imagine if I was in a gang, right, and there was my ops, for example, were living around the corner for me. That's basically the equivalent of me sucking them off, right? Saying my ops are gonna basically destroy me, and basically suck it up to them, while basically dissing my own.
Basically,
that's the
blood's sucking up to the Crips.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? I just. How does someone just? I mean, the grift is that important.
Yeah,
it's not even. You won't even see Terry say.
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say
beforehand.
that. Not even Terry will do that for Liverpool, who are probably his biggest rivals. You wouldn't even see him do that. Like, he's just taking it. This Henry guy's just taking it to another level. Honestly,
I'm trying to find in this clip what anything that they're talking about that I can react to, but
James's part, in which the media are saying
they're not as good as they were last year at this particular moment. But equally, I remember them being poor around this time of the year last year and then kicking on. But they don't have Isak anymore, and that was a big part.
That's new.
They'll be up for it, and I am gonna. And this is hopeful because I don't want City win.
I just want to see when they're talking
as an example. I didn't actually watch that game.
And Kulusevski, we've got 11 injuries, and we can't even we can't even bring our squads. We're going to have to bring academy players. However, based on all of that, I think Thomas Frank will get something out of this game. We've got the best away record in the.
Right, so
hang on. Sorry, he just said he thinks Thomas Frank might get something out of this game, but in the same video, he wants to talk about Arsenal destroy Spurs. Like,
you can make this up.
What are we doing?
So that was your title originally, but then in this video, you're saying, "Oh, I think Thomas Frank might get something." Nah, this guy's something else, you know. He's got Spurs shirts and scarf and the Tottenham sign behind him, you know.
Yeah.
And his title was this originally.
Yeah.
The first
and he wants to do all this in every thumbnail.
Sneezing in every thumbnail, man.
Yeah. I mean,
the two biggest peddlers going. Jesus.
You know, another bad one is Footy George Mo. He's another one.
Oh yeah, Lee Gunners called him out before.
He's another one, honestly.
The thing is,
He's an Inter Milan fan as well.
Thing is, he on his thumbnail, as you can see, he's blurred out what the Arsenal score would be, and he put 1 for Spurs.
Oh yeah,
So,
I see that.
So he's obviously keeping people guessing. It looks like it might even say 0, maybe Spurs 1-0 or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm thinking it could be 2. I don't know.
It could be. But Arsenal destroy Spurs. City slip up. Oh my! You could not make. And then it's nah. We need to go back.
Injury. Bergvall can't play due to the concussion protocol. Madison and Dragusin both ACLs. Archie Gray, Davis, Bissouma, and Kulusevski. We've got 11 injuries, and we can't even we can't even bring our squads. We're going to have to bring academy players. However, based on all of that, I think Thomas Frank will get something out of this game. We've got the best away record in the Premier League. We're top of
understand.
So he's talking about,
and we can't even field. Based on all of that, I think Thomas Frank will get something out of this game. We've got the best away record in the Premier League. We're top of the Premier League with the away record. Beat City, beat West Ham, beat Leeds, drew with Brighton. And I just think without no Gyökeres, they're gonna have to play Marino up front. No.
So why did Arsenal destroy Spurs in the original title then? That's what I want to know.
And what is your actual score prediction then?
My day.
That's what I want to know as well.
Well, you want to know what his score prediction?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to play it now and see what he says.
Gabriel, so it's probably going to be a back 4, I'd imagine, of Timber, Saliba, one of Mosquera, probably Calafiori. I think it's a 2-2 Desmond draw. I think Van de Ven will score again, and I think Xavi Simons will announce himself to the Premier League, and we're going
a 2-2 draw.
Just help me to understand.
Jesus, man said 2-2 draw now. Original thumbnail. Arsenal destroy Spurs.
So who's he trying to say Arsenal destroy Spurs to then if he believes it's going to be a 2-2 draw? Who's he trying to talk to?
My days, man. I might have to react to this.
I mean, I can see why Lee stopped being friends with this guy. But even though I do think Lee took it a bit too far with him personally, but I can see why he stopped being friends with him the way he's carrying on. But it's like,
yeah, I mean, it's when you're seeing, I can see why he got so frustrated with all those that were trying to do this grift, because end of the day, we've seen what they will accept from their club.
Yeah.
And a lot of these grifters, they've all seen their club win trophies and they're still not happy with whatever's going on, most of them. But then when it's us now, we're not winning anything, but we're finishing second, they've got some sort of reason as to why, we should still be for this.
Look how angry Mo was last season, yeah, when they got pammed by PSG in that final.
He
reacted.
Yeah.
But he wants to try and tell Arsenal fans to stick with Arteta if he continues not to win anything.
Yep. Do you think Arteta will win us a title this season, or will City beat us to it again? I personally, because of this manager's track record and the way he uses players, I honestly think City will end up winning it again. I'm getting 2023 vibes in terms of we should do it, but City are just relentless. But this team's
I wouldn't be surprised if they do personally. I really want to be wrong. I honestly do, but PTSD with me is really strong as well.
Yeah. But with this team's good enough to win leagues. It is good enough.
It is, yeah. It's more than good enough.
The fictional Terry Henry talks Arsenal by Spurs. I know it's just the grift. I mean, it actually, I went. That's what I meant to do, because I went down Terry's YouTube channel earlier, and majority of his videos, it seems to be about Arsenal or has Arsenal involved in the title. I think Terry made him change his title. That's what happened.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said about 10 minutes ago that I think Terry got in his ear. I really do. I mean, it's no coincidence that all of a sudden Terry's in the stream. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean Terry, because but he does always change his title. So
yeah,
I don't know if it's all him doing it, as in I know I'm going to change this title later on, or if it's somebody that says change it to this. Well,
thing is with Terry, he's really clever. He's honestly like the master of what's the word I'm looking for? Like where you're trying to drag views in. Like there's a word for it. I can't remember the word, but put it this way, he's the master of it. So
yeah,
it's not really a surprise that he's gonna get into people's ears, like Henry, who Sam jumped on it for a bit as well until Lee scared him.
Yeah, until Lee scared him away.
You know what I mean? So
Arsenal agenda exposed. Arsenal's big Saka deal changes everything. Gabriel out for 2 months. Saka belly medialized must stop. Kane and Saka. Blah, blah. Arsenal are different this season. Champions incoming. Jesus Christ!
I saw that one. I haven't watched it, but I saw the titles.
I don't think I saw that.
I saw it a few days ago, and a part of me was thinking to watch it, but another part of me was just like, do I really want to go through these whole 10 minutes just to see what nonsense he comes out with?
See, this is what he does as well, right? He thinks he's clever, but we can see it from miles. This is what he does, yeah? So obviously, after that 2-2 draw against Sunderland, there'll be some Arsenal fans that would have panicked. I was pissed off, right? Yeah. So he puts this to make those naive Arsenal fans feel better. That's how it draws in the traffic.
Yeah.
That's how it will draw in the traffic to make sure
exactly.
are seeing this. Arsenal will bounce back. I mean, I hope we do, and we just go back to winning and keeping clean sheets again. But you just never know. Arsenal to win it all.
To win it all, you know. What are we doing a quad then? Yeah, because we're going to win it all.
Where was it might have been. I think it was. Because he has more than one channel, doesn't he? He has a football terrace, and he has that one. And I think on this one, because there's some of them, I've listened to some of these videos. Arsenal scare Chelsea. Deal agreed. Arsenal 80 million Rodrigo bid. I've listened to that. Arsenal worry.
Deal agreed by who? Who's agreed to deal? With what?
He always says that. The amount of times a deal for Ivan Toney back in 2023 was amazing, to be honest.
He's the king at clickbait, I swear to God.
Yeah. I remember when he did it with a Ten Hag one as well. He said Ten Hag sacked when he wasn't sacked. And Lee called him out on that as well. But Arsenal worry, Yardman, Arteta agenda or real standards. Let me have a look at this. I haven't watched or listened to this.
Let me ask you this. Would you rather win the Premier League or the Europa League?
I would rather win the Europa League. Because
I'm the Premier League. I'm not with you.
Already. This is something that I don't got. What's wrong with you, lad? Do you have a Europa League title? No. Do you have a...
Come on, Yardman. Don't do that. Don't do that, Yardman.
Yeah, I can't stand with Yardman on that. I mean, fam.
Yeah.
You give.
I get the logic. I get the logic of wanting something you haven't got, but are you really gonna talk about compare Europa League and the Premier League? Like,
it's like
one is the bread and butter, and the other is the second tier European competition. If we're talking about a Champions League, okay, I'm with him on that. I know you'd rather personally the Premier League. I'd rather the Champions League personally because I want that hoodoo off our backs, but. That's a different conversation altogether. But Europa League over Premier League.
Yeah, I know. The Europa League over the Premier League now. I was like, fam, what is this? Let's hear what Terry has to say about this.
Standards is a word so often used by all of us in the fan channel community space. Everybody's perceived to have different standards, different views on what constitutes a good or a bad fan, good or bad standards. Does it help your club or not? And I wanted to use this here from the 12th man, big up to Dan Potts and his channel. And I wanted to go in depth a little more. I wanted to get your views and opinions. We're going to listen to the whole clip in its entirety, but I want to speak about the standards within the game. Are we at risk of killing it by applying too high standards, or is it reversed? Is the over-celebrating of moments? For instance, yesterday, we saw the Irish go into pandemonium with the last-minute goal from Troy Parrott. The players, the coaching staff, we saw the supporters in the stadium lose their minds. The opposite of it. But it didn't win them the World Cup. It didn't get them into the final of the World Cup. It didn't even directly qualify them for the World Cup. Impossible
Arsenal bit.
to go out in the playoffs, go out in the semi-finals. If you get to the final and lose it, then that moment meant nothing. Do you agree? Do you disagree? But let's take a little look here to this. We'll get back to that in a moment, but let's take a look here at this clip.
Ask you this: would you rather win the Premier League or the Europa League?
I would rather win the Europa League. Because I'm the Premier League. I got it already. Give me something that I don't got.
I just don't get that logic. You want something you don't have, even though it's a smaller trophy than the Premier League. It's a bit like a boxer saying, right, you can fight for the WBO World Championship, the WBC World Championship, the IBF World Championship. And he says, no, I've been a world champion before. I've never won the British title. Let me go and win the British title because I've never won it before.
In all fairness, Terry's got a point there.
Yeah, he has.
He's got a point there.
Yeah, I actually agree with him on that.
I mean, a yard man. Nah, man, that wasn't the one there, man.
Yeah, I like Yardman. He says a lot of good and truthful things, but
I like
on this
Yardman
one,
nah, that was a bit like fam, like, you know.
And there was one thing he said ages ago that, on AFTV that I didn't agree with. When he was trying to suck up Emery or Tata, I'm sorry, nah, I wasn't with him on that one.
I told everybody about Emery.
Yeah, I know you have. You have.
I told everybody about Emery in the end, and I'm still not getting fooled by him.
And what's he doing now? Where is Emery now?
I think Villa. I think they're like I think the form right now, like did they draw the last game, then they lost against Liverpool, then I think they won 5 before that or something like that. So the form.
I know they started the season poorly though, didn't they?
They what?
I know, didn't they? They started the season really poorly though, didn't they?
Yeah. They didn't score in like 3 games or something like that at the start.
I think it was more than that, wasn't it? I'm sure it was like 4 games or something. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Could have been something like that anyway. If Arsenal won double this season, I reckon this Muppet Henry booked his ticket for the trophy. You'd have to go in incognito mode then.
Yeah, I don't see Arsenal fans at the parade welcoming him. No bombs, no chance.
In all fairness, when I was last year April, when I was down in London, me and my brother went into the Arsenal the Emirates shop, Arsenal shop at the Emirates.
Oh yeah.
And there was a guy in there. He had the Spurs shirt on, he had a Spurs cap on, he had a Spurs bag, he had a full Spurs, but he was holding an Arsenal shirt. He must have been buying it for someone.
Wow.
Maybe I don't know if it's a relative or whatever, but he had an Arsenal shirt in his hand, and he was walking through, and he had a full Spurs.
Really?
It was like multicolored, because Spurs have like different color.
Yeah. Especially their away tops, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, like it was a Spurs top. I remember seeing that, and I remember seeing the Spurs cap. So he was like multicolored. He had like brown, the blue. It was mainly
He
like
must
the
have got a lot of
brown.
mad looks, though.
I don't know. I like noticed him kind of almost last minute, and I turned, and his bag had a Spurs badge on as well. And so he had the full Spurs kit, basically, full Spurs outfit, basically,
Yeah.
accessories, and he was walking through the shop holding an Arsenal shirt. It wasn't busy at that point. At that time, I think because there was no match day that day anyway. And yeah, I thought to myself, bloody hell. And that was before we went down to Seven Sisters, so we could actually have a look at Spurs Stadium, because I've never seen it before apart from then.
It must be grateful you got out of there alive, boy.
Yeah, I mean he wasn't a big guy either. He was quite small. He was quite small, not stocky or anything. He looked probably maybe at the youngest early 20s, maybe. I could, but yeah, he's just walking through. He was holding the hanger with the Arsenal shirt.
Well, I mean, I'm only 5'6" myself, so if he's around that height or smaller, and so it must have been. If he was getting a lot of dirty looks, it would have been a long day for him.
I don't know how many people saw him, but yeah, I mean, he I didn't expect that. Like he didn't sit. He was kind of like almost power walking a little bit.
Oh yeah.
He didn't like have a look on his face to say anything or anything like that. Oh yeah, I mean he with the Spurs top on. It just looks like he kind of had the mannerisms of, I'm in here and I just want to get out kind of thing. I just want to. So it seems to me,
just kind of like minding his own business, just doing.
Yeah.
But
it seems to me like he might be buying it for somebody that's maybe close to him, and maybe he thought, well, I don't like Arsenal, so I'm just going to go in there with my Spurs gear.
Funny. It's funny because I never forget that stream Expressions and Rants did at the end of 22-23 season when we bottled the league. They did a stream outside the Emirates.
Yeah,
just to rub salt in the wound, and I mean, I'm actually surprised that nobody came for them and approached them on the spot.
They know when to do it, don't they? I mean, when Expressions walked around with that Europa League trophy, like he knew what time to go there, and not to go there, whatever, and he would have had people around him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like my first time going down to that Spurs new stadium.
Well, Bamian called him out on that actually on Twitter.
Yeah.
That was funny.
But I don't know, like if we end up winning, say, the league or the Champions League, because they're the two big ones that rival fans are really petrified of Arsenal winning. If we were to get our hands on that, I'd be tempted to.
Oh, I would. If we win one of them, or especially the Champions League, I'm telling you,
I'd be tempted to go down to Seven Sisters, walk around holding the replica trophy like it's a baby, go into the stadium and say, have you got a trophy cleaning room so I can clean
Listen,
my
people already say if we win the league or how unbearable it would be. Believe me, you rivals, you give me a reason to be unbearable. So you better hope we don't win it, because I will be on everybody. Yeah. I'm telling you, everybody's getting it. Everybody's getting it. I'm telling you,
they're all getting it.
All getting it. I'm gonna be. Just man, I'm gonna.
You don't give me a reason to be unbearable. Yeah. I'm telling you. So,
I'm gonna be doing streams on other content creators, laughing at them. Doing laughing at their reaction, everything. Like they better not let me see us win either of them two trophies. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
they better pray Arteta does what he does best, because they ain't gonna hear the last of it. As for Red Bull Vodka, big up to Red Bull Vodka. Hope Gabriel makes it. Any news on him? Well, it's gonna be like about 2 months or something like that. He's gonna be out for, but it's all right. We've got Hincapié here to the rescue now. Hincapié here to the rescue, fam.
Yeah. I'm genuinely not worried right now, to be honest. Like, I don't understand why people are panicking. we've got a squad for a reason.
I was out in town, and I just randomly looked at my phone, and I went to my Instagram account, and then I saw, Gabriel injured, and I thought, oh, for fuck's sake. But then I thought to myself, well, but we've got this depth anyway, and we've got Hincapié now. So
of course. I mean, don't get me wrong. I looked at the news and thought, oh, fucking hell. But within probably 5 seconds of thinking that, I thought to myself, but hang on, we've got a squad now. This isn't like last season, the season before, where if we had 1-2 players out, we're fucked. It's not like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And that's all thanks to Berta. Big up Berta, because he's the reason that we got all these players that we did.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, if we had what's his name that we had before Berta? What's his name again?
Crack smoking Edu.
Yeah, you think if we had Eddie, we're signing what?
Yeah, we wouldn't have got
7-8 players. No, that ain't happening.
All them. But yeah, it's just now that we've got all these, there's just no excuse now.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like this team's good enough. We've got some injuries, especially in attack. We've got injuries as well.
But what do people expect when this manager wants to play so many of his players for 90+ minutes? Of course, they're going to get injuries.
That's the problem. When it comes to these players coming back, he's going to be playing, especially when it comes to the late stages of the season. If we're deep in the Champions League, he's not going to rotate as much as he should. He's not going to do it. He couldn't even last season. Saka came back from injury, and I knew Nwaneri would barely see a game, and he didn't rotate him in the Champions League. He didn't bring him on or take him off. He didn't bring Nwaneri on or take Saka off. Yeah, in any of the games, especially against PSG first leg, could have brought on Nwaneri in the later stages or whatever, and then the second leg he could have done the same thing. He didn't want to do it because he wants his best toys to do what they can. That's why he doesn't rotate. He don't rotate Gabriel and Saliba because he's too scared. Look at St. James's Park. Mosquera made one mistake and he hoofed him off to bring on Saliba. You know what I mean? That's what he will do. I know. If Gabriel comes back if Gabriel's fit enough to be on a bench, and whoever's playing in this place makes a mistake, they're getting goofed off so that Gabriel can come back on and business as usual. That's what he does, and that's a problem. You can't keep doing that. Yeah. Especially if the player's not, 100%.
I just don't know when he's going to learn. I just don't know when he's going to learn the concept of rotation and rotating players.
He doesn't have it in him. He doesn't have it in him. That's the problem. Like PSV, we smoked them 7-1, and then Gabriel plays the full 90 minutes in a 2-2 draw at the Emirates. Then eventually his hamstring gives up, and then he's out for the rest of the season. And it's like you look back on these things on his lack of rotation. You think, he would know better than anyone to, at least rotate every once in a while. Like Gabriel and Saliba, for me, don't have to start every single game. You could have Hincapié play at centre back, Mosquera start at centre back, or even Calafiori start at centre back. It doesn't have to be Gabriel Saliba all the time, because as long as
you get man like Christian, right, on channels like Football's 12 fan, they don't want to talk about. Oh, but other teams do the same thing. They always play their best players every game. Like, well, if you look at managers like Klopp, Pep, all these big managers, yes, they do play them, but they also know when to take them off.
They know how to manage them,
They know how to manage them,
That's the difference.
That's what they failed to realize.
It's ridiculous. Anyways, let's hear what he's going to say about all this.
That makes sense to me.
What's wrong with you, lad? Do you have a European League title? No. Do you have a Premier League title? Yes. Give me the European League. At least I've got something in Europe.
You're the only fan. You're the only Arsenal fan in the world.
Talk about standards, but what you really
Where are your standards? Where are your standards, bro? This is not Pokemon. We don't gotta catch them all.
This man.
Like, what are we doing? Get the best trophy possible. The Premier League and the Champions League are here. The Europa League, Conference League. and then everything else everything else below that.
Yeah, yard man. I'd rather win the Premier League, bro. Surely you'd rather win the Premier League.
Of course, everyone would. Every
Surely,
single
right?
Arsenal
No?
fan in the world.
What I'm saying to you, listen to what I'm saying. I see 3 Premier League titles in the cabinet. Yeah, I've got no.
But you want to see more, though.
You want to see more, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I want to get to that number 14 for the league title. I want to get to that number 14, and I want us to increase that number. But
Shut up, these United fans, isn't it?
He took it to a extreme level with I'd rather the Europa League over the league title. I mean, you know, you're basically saying Arsenal will. Let's just say Arsenal win Europa League. He's basically saying, okay, Arsenal can win the league this season, or we can win the Europa League. As much as I want us to get our hands on that Europa League trophy, because I like that trophy. I like the way it looks. I like the design. It's actually the heaviest trophy as well. But
is it the heaviest? I didn't know that.
Yes, the heaviest one. Yeah,
I didn't know that actually.
I remember him saying it on a few finals ago. They said that the commentator saying it's the heaviest trophy. But you know, as nice as that trophy looks, like I even like the conference. That conference trophy. I like that trophy. I like the way it looks, the design.
It's nice. It's not bad. I'll give it that. Yeah.
Actually, like the design of the conference one and the Europa League, for me, I think it looks a bit better than the Champions League trophy in all fairness. I like that design better. I like the Champions League trophy.
They're both.
It's just
that
sleek design kind of
sleek design. I get you, yeah.
But yeah, it's like if you got a shot at the Europa League, bam, or the league title, bam. Like, the league title, exactly. Man. Sorry, the league title, man. It's the bread and butter.
The bread and butter, yeah.
That's what's, you know, for me, it's the ultimate prestigious because it's your league campaign. Obviously, I really want the Champions.
This is the thing. Now, would I take a Europa League if I can't win a league title? Of course.
Yeah.
But would I pick it over the Premier League? Hell no.
No.
Like, come on.
I mean, if he said Arsenal might win the league this season, or you're guaranteed the Europa League, that's different. Because when it comes to this manager and the way he manages the team, if you're giving me guarantees, I'm taking the guarantee. I can't take mine. Not with this manager. It's not like we have Klopp who's won it before.
No, this is the thing, though. You can never guarantee whether someone's going to win a trophy. This is the problem.
Well,
but if you could, yeah.
To be fair, that conference that Chelsea won last season, that was pretty much guaranteed. That I mean, they had nobody in there, man, that was going to do anything.
Yeah.
And that's and when they're saying about how, obviously they're arguing against Yardman and saying about how, well, we'd need to regress to be in those competitions that you want to win. It's like, well, if we do regress, like Chelsea did, I want the kind of run that Chelsea got, because Chelsea never would have been interested in the Conference League had they not have regressed.
Yeah, I was quite surprised when Chelsea actually beat PSG for that Club World Cup, though. I thought PSG had that. But,
even Nimbus the cat, who always predicts the winners of big games, even the cat thought PSG. That was the last time that cat got it wrong.
Yeah,
because that cat's always that cat's, from what I've seen, it's always right every time. It'll put. In fact, it's probably on Instagram now.
Yeah,
it's probably. I don't even know why I'm not even logged in on Instagram. Nope. Okay. Doesn't look like it's gonna log me in. No. But anyways, let me play some more of this while
European League title. Don't tell me for the new millennium. New millennium. I have none. And if you're saying to me right now, I would rather take the European League because I don't have it.
Where this makes no sense, And listen, respect to Yard Man. The invitation is open to get you on and talk. And everything I'm about to say and everything I would say to you face to face is not about you as a person. It's the, I suppose there's an element that's on your person. It's how you as a person view football. But it makes no sense on any level because at the moment, the top 5 teams in England are on course to qualify for the Champions League, which means to even be in the Europa League because you haven't won it means you'd have to be maybe the 5th best, if not the 6th best team in England. And there is no way that Yardman, if Arsenal start dropping points, and this is my challenge, if Arsenal start dropping points and end up finishing in 5th, there's no way Yardman is going to celebrate that and go, well, actually, this is really good, guys, because now we have a chance of winning the Europa League and we've never won it before. I don't believe it would be, got to get the manager out. This is the disgrace. We shouldn't be this bad. So to even qualify for the Europa League, you're not one of the best teams in England. You're not one of the best teams in Europe by and large. Surely everybody strives to be there. And this is interesting because Yardman's also an individual that has spoken about how he won't celebrate wins unless it's winning a trophy. We saw it very famously after the West Ham game. And of course, I agreed with a part of what he said, that Arsenal fans shouldn't be running around with their shirts off, arranging parades, having week-long parties, but you can celebrate the moment. And that's because he's set a standard in his mind. He has a view in his mind that just scoring goals, just winning games that are league matches or early rounds in cup competitions shouldn't be celebrated too much until you win that trophy. And that's a fair, I don't agree with it, but it's fair logic if you see it through to its conclusion. It's fair logic if you maintain that, if you get a new manager and you like that new manager. And we'll get onto the manager in a moment. But for me, when I see that, where it doesn't compute with the Europa League element is, like I've said, to get into the Europa League, Arsenal have got to regress. Arsenal have got to become a worse team than they are now.
Right, I want to see if there's anything on. He misspelled Arteta's name anyway. And
that goes against everything. Copy it, because that's what works, you know? So I look at it this way. I think that for me, this is kicking the can down the road. I'd love to get your thoughts on it.
We have the Europa League.
Don't switch it.
Second.
What does? Sorry, say that again quickly.
It does.
If I'm not mistaken, the Cup Winners' Cup was the level below the European trophy originally.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was the old.
So the Cup Winners' Cup was the 2nd tier European trophy. The UEFA Cup, which is now the Europa League, was the 3rd tier. The reason you know this is because, one, if you had a team that came 2nd and qualified for the Europa League, sorry, the UEFA Cup as it was, but they also won their FA Cup, they always opted to be in the Cup Winners' Cup. What was also historic, and you need to
yeah, I thought there was some prestige to it because we when we won the Cup Winners' Cup '94, we were in the Super Cup for it. Unfortunately, didn't win that. So I was thinking to myself, was it 2nd or 3rd tier? But yeah, it was 2nd tier.
So I mean, technically, we have won something in Europe before, but the thing is, what we have won don't exist no more.
Yeah.
So people look at it and say, "Well, we've yet to win in Europe."
Yeah, it's like when I've had a look at depending on which website you go on, when you look at the list of Europa League winners, it was the Intercity Flares Cup Arsenal won in 1970, I think it was. That's on there, but that Europa League replaced that, so that became the 3rd tier. So technically speaking, when Europa League was the 3rd tier, we had that equivalent, and then Cup Winners' Cup being 2nd tier. Now Europa League is the 2nd tier. We have the equivalent to that, but because they don't exist anymore.
Also, bearing in mind as well is top 4 back in those days wasn't a thing. Like you basically had to finish first or somewhere along those lines to actually get in these competitions. There was
you have to do more to be in it.
Another thing, and that's a lot of people forget when they'd like to talk about the past and what we've because you know what I mean.
Because if these competitions still exist, then Arsenal would have the second and third tier equivalent of these European trophies, and it's just literally the first. Obviously the European Cup, Champions League would be the only one in Europe that we wouldn't have. And when you look back at it, and it's actually my brother that was saying this to me, if it had it not been for Liverpool fans getting England banned from Europe for what? From the
80s,
into the early 90s.
Yeah.
George Graham might have won Arsenal a European Cup in that time.
Yeah.
Because Arsenal robbed the opportunity of trying to compete in the European Cup. Even Everton will rob the chance to compete because English teams couldn't compete in it because of what happened with Liverpool and Juventus in '85 or whatever, and that got English banned. So who knows? We might have had a European Cup to our name, and it would be just a case of we just haven't won it under the name Champions League. Who knows? Because George Graham was that good of a manager. He might have pulled something like that off.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, honestly.
But yeah, I mean, it is painful to the fact that obviously Arsenal do have European success. It's just that those competitions don't exist anymore.
Yeah,
so that's why I can see why people would choose the Champions League over winning the league or whatever.
Yeah, that's where I am with it personally.
If the main way for me, because I obviously it's to get the hood off our back to win the Champions League as well. But I just know
that's
as well.
my thing. Yeah.
If we have a season where we win just the Champions League on its own, as rival fans will rip into us for that. They'll still rip into us for it.
Oh yeah, of course they will. They'll find something. Yeah.
Yeah, because Chelsea fans will only say so much. They'll mainly talk about they've won it twice, blah blah. But United fans will say, "Well, we won a league title 2 of the times that we last won that."
Of course, rivals will always find something.
Yeah, they'll find something.
Even if we do a double, do a double of the Champions League, the league, they'll find something.
Yeah,
like United fans, they'll say it wasn't a treble though, was it?
Yeah,
there'll always be something.
It's just that
if
it's won along, if the Champions League is won alongside the Premier League, for example, if Arsenal do that, like literally, it literally shits on everything they said to us all this time, because now it's a case of we were getting ripped heavily for not winning the league for such a long time. We were getting ripped for never having the Champions League. Now imagine if we got them two all in one go in one season. Despite it's not a treble, still, if Arsenal were to take those two at the same time, I'm telling you, these rival fans will be on suicide watch.
Yeah. Especially Chelsea fans like Matisse.
Oh yeah, the thing is,
people like him.
Them.
Yeah,
they are petrified. Him, Carefree Lewis, they are petrified of Arsenal getting their hands on anything like that. They are petrified. It literally doesn't matter what Chelsea fans do, what they win. They'll go
to hiding all summer.
Yeah, they'll look at Arsenal and be like, I can't have them winning it though, kind of thing.
Yeah,
because they know, Chelsea fans know, they know that Arsenal, it's a more attractive club than theirs because we didn't need a sugar daddy to be prestigious like we are now, kind of thing.
Chelsea fans basically feel about us winning the Champions League in the same way, or in the same way, or maybe worse, but definitely in the same way that United fans would feel if Liverpool got their hands on their 21st title. Because a lot of Liverpool fans, especially fans like Saeed, he's a big one because obviously he lives in Manchester.
Yeah.
They quite rightly don't want them to win the 21st title because it basically rips apart everything that Fergie did for them, which is knocking Liverpool off their perch.
Yeah, Chelsea know how attractive the Arsenal Football Club is, and they know deep down, like, it's like when somebody knows deep down, I only got here because of this, whereas they know that other person was there from the grind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like just seeing what Arsenal have achieved in our history, and then to add, say, a Champions League there with everything else.
You know what? Yeah, and it's bad enough, right, that I had to watch Spurs, our rivals down the road, win a Europa League last season.
Yeah.
Do you know? This is how I felt when I was watching them make that Champions League final against Liverpool in 2019.
Yeah.
I was like, "Thank you, Liverpool," because if I had to watch them win that Champions League that same season, that we lost in Baku in that Europa League.
Yeah.
If I had to watch them win the Europa League, nah, I would have had to leave the country. It would have just been long for me, honestly.
That's what I mean.
I was loving Liverpool at that time. I don't like them since last season. I'm starting to.
Oh yeah, I was wearing my friend's Liverpool shirt.
But I was loving Liverpool at that point.
Yeah,
I really was.
Yeah, we were watching the final. I was jumping for joy when Liverpool scored.
So was I. Goals. I was watching that game at the pub, and I was just like, "Thank you, Liverpool. You've literally just saved my life." I'm telling you.
But this is why I get so pissed every time we're not winning anything, because when you look at near calls like that, like obviously Spurs won the Europa League last season now, but when you look at the near miss accidents, let's just say, and it's like what could have been, because I wouldn't say because we didn't do anything, but if Spurs win something, but we have as well, it's not going to hurt as bad. Although, if we'd have won the Europa League and they won the Champions League, it would have shut on our Europa League. You know what I mean?
All day, yeah.
But, it's like, okay, Spurs didn't win the Champions League now. Now let's do something. And then this the year after, we won the FA Cup, and then we did nothing since. And then obviously they won the Europa League last season.
The thing is, I would have been cool with Spurs win that Europa League had we gone on to win that Champions League. I'd have been like, all right, cool.
Oh yeah. I don't.
It wouldn't have bothered me as much. But the fact that we didn't even do that, or not even a league title, nothing.
And then we had to watch Spurs do that. I knew Man United won't win that in the end. I'm thinking I was hopeful. I was hopeful Man United were gonna win that, but deep down in my head, I thought.
Yeah, I remember as well. I had a very bad feeling that Spurs were gonna do it. I really had that bad feeling.
And then
not like in 2019 when they were against Liverpool in the final. I was like, I know Liverpool got this. I was still praying to make sure, but in my head, I knew Liverpool had that in the bag.
Yeah, because Liverpool lost the final the year before. I thought, they ain't going to lose this one to Spurs now. If they're going to win it, it's going to be done now. And then obviously, even though, in all fairness, that shouldn't have been a penalty against, what's his name? Can't remember his name now. Wait, it hit him there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would have felt hard fucking done by if that was up. I'd be like,
I still think Liverpool would have won though anyway.
Yeah. But Spurs, the thing is, Spurs was shit in that final, and I don't even think Liverpool were all that great either. It's just that obviously Liverpool got a penalty, they scored the goal, they scored a penalty, and then like later on in the game, like Liverpool were giving away the ball stupidly, and then Spurs were going on an attack, and then they do nothing from it.
But the thing I will say though is Liverpool not playing that well in that final. It's not really the most surprising thing when you think about how they did it the whole season. Like they managed to get 97 points without winning the league. By the way, they were winning every game. They were playing at elite level the whole season. So it's not really surprising that they probably were like proper fatigued by the time the final.
Neither of them were anything special. In all fairness, the final was quite boring, in all fairness, if I take away emotions of being excited at Liverpool winning. But then obviously Regis came on and scored that second goal, and it was like fucking. But yeah, obviously now, bloody 6 years later, they go and win the bloody Europa League. And it's like we suffered Baku when we were last in the Europa League final, and then where's our moment now?
But do you know what
we have a Champions League now?
But do you know what I find interesting with Spurs these last 6 years? Right, they've had elite managers that usually guarantees trophies everywhere they go, like Conte, Mourinho, They couldn't win anything, but it had to be none other than Ange, who given them how many losses in the league, and but ended up being him that win them the trophy. It's funny how things go, though, isn't it?
I knew that when Spurs would next win a trophy, it will be by somebody that was like, it won't be like a big namer. You know, it won't be who you'd think kind of thing. I knew that it would go like that, but.
And Conte won the league last season, by the way, with
Napoli?
Napoli. Yeah, Napoli.
Yeah, he just keeps doing it. He
a
manager that knows what he's doing. He laughed at the Pokemon comment. That Spurs fan you saw was buying a shirt for Henry Talks Bollocks. Oh, but oh yeah, because he was holding an Arsenal shirt, yeah. Liverpool stop English clubs from winning more trophies in Europe. Yeah,
that's what we were saying.
For all we know, George Graham might have won us a European Cup. We never would know now because but Everton will rob the chance as well as Arsenal, rob the chance of trying to compete for one. I want that Champions League for real.
Tell you that.
I think the hate comes from northern clubs dominating English football, and Arsenal coming back is scary for them. As when Arsenal win big trophies, they do it in a way unimaginable. I mean, the hate comes being on the record. It hurts them. You know what I mean? Because that's a unique.
Also, if you're living in London like I am, and you get all these London United fans, the London Liverpool fans, it's them.
They're the worst ones.
It's them that are going to be hurting because they know that if we win the league, this whole city is going to be locked off.
It's long for them.
That's why they're worried.
Yeah.
Telling you. Yeah.
It's going to be long for them if Arsenal get their hands, because you look at how they talk about Arsenal fans. They can't stand us, blah blah blah. This, that, and the other. Now, can you imagine Arsenal getting their hands on the league or the Champions League or both? Like literally.
Now, don't get me wrong as well. Don't get me wrong. I do understand why there's some hate for some of our fans, because I know some of our fans do way too.
Because we are cringe. There's a lot of us that are cringe.
Yeah. But at the same time, some of the hate is just for silly reasons as well. At the same time, like they hate the way we're winning matches. They hate how we're good with set pieces. Hating things like that. Like, don't get me wrong. I know that we can't be relying on that to win games, but the fact that they hate us because we're good at it
when we're good at it, they're hating it.
You know what I mean? I look at that and I think, do you know what? Cry.
Yeah. If we were scoring the way we were scoring goals from set pieces, if you replace that with we were scoring goals at the same rate from long range shots, they'd have something to say about that. They'd say, well, you can't play football. The game's gone. You can't even walk into the box. Wenger used to walk into the box. They'd say all sorts to try and say what you're doing is immoral in football, basically. Because look how they demonize set pieces. And now everybody's trying to be really good at them now.
But they didn't demonize set pieces when Liverpool were scoring lots of set pieces back in 2019 on the clock.
Exactly.
They didn't demonize it then.
Yeah. And I've never heard.
You don't see the double standards.
The only time there's been any demonizing of any style of play was parking the bus. Like when Chelsea were parking the bus a lot. They were demonizing that, but it wasn't really, the media didn't drive it forward. It was mainly a fans thing, even though it was known that Chelsea do park the bus. But more than anything, they were getting cloaked with the idea of, well, that's how you win. That's how you win. But then now, fast forward 2025 now, there's a whole topic about set pieces as if Arsenal are doing something that we shouldn't be doing.
There's a different narrative and goalpost every week when it comes to us, because in the past they used to say that we had a weak underbelly, we're naive, which to be fair was fair criticism and it was true. But now we do things to try and change that. Now we're villains.
Yeah.
So you know what it is? It is what it is. We're not going to please everybody. Like we just have to do what we're doing at the end of the day.
and hopefully that everything that we're doing this season, I'm hoping that we get over the line. I'm saying for this game coming up, we take it game by game. I'm saying that we'll beat Spurs 2-1. Hincapié to the rescue. That's all I'm saying.
I'm kind of thinking 3-1 as well, because I do have this horrible feeling that we are going to concede a goal. I can't lie, especially because it's a derby. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope we keep it clean. But I don't know. I've got
I know. I can't see, despite how good our defense has been. Even if Gabriel was fit, I still wouldn't have predicted a clean sheet in this game. Like the last time we kept a clean sheet in this fixture at the Emirates, I was there. That was a 2-0 against Spurs when Sanchez and Mustafi scored. That's the last time we kept a clean sheet there. That's the last time we kept a clean sheet. But I'm not expecting a clean sheet. More than anything, I just give me the win. Just give me the win.
Just give me the win. I'm not too bothered about the clean sheet as long as we get the 3 points. That's what I care about. Yeah,
just if we end up stinking it, then it is what it is. It's a derby game. You know, obviously, I'd rather us not have to stink it at home, but
plus, I understand that their away record's pretty good at the moment, so that's the other thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Oh, we got a Spurs fan in here. Hold on just a minute. Attitude managed Real Madrid women team after he gets the boot from Joshua Burr. We got a Spurs fan in here. Oh dear. Oh dear. More like F off you Spurs, you get me?
Yeah, exactly.
But so what you say 3-1 you're going for?
No, 2-1 I'm going for.
2-1. Yeah, I'm going 2-1 as well. I'm going to leave it here for the match preview. I will be doing a watch along on Sunday, so I'll be here for that. Cool. And I can't wait for the
cool.
I can't wait for the game.
Yeah, I'll see how I feel because I'm going to a wedding tomorrow, so hopefully I'm not too sort of hanging or anything from it for Sunday. But yeah.
Well, I'll be live anyway on Sunday from it's a 4:30 kickoff. So
this Spurs fan's predicting 1-1. I see. Yeah, so he thinks it's going to be a draw. Okay, all right.
Yep, it must be that Spurs fan that Arsenal shop saw you buying full kits. If I walk past that person, I probably might recognize him. If I walk past him again, I probably might. But he was a short guy. And he had the bag, at some Spurs. It was like it wasn't a t-shirt. He had a jacket, but I think everything he was wearing, from what I saw, everything he was wearing was Spurs. Had a Spurs bag.
Was he like white, black, Asian? Do you remember that? Or
I'd say maybe Asian. If not Asian, he could be biracial, but.
Yeah.
I think he had glasses on. Had a cap. He had the cap on. If I saw him again, I probably know that it was him, kind of thing. And I only literally saw him at a glance, and I turned around and I saw his bag and stuff, and I could see on his jacket.
I mean, there's just some faces you just never forget.
Yeah, it's like I'm just thinking. I wonder how many, if they have, how many Arsenal fans have done the opposite, gone into Spurs store wearing a full Arsenal kit. Because the thing is with the Spurs, with the Spurs kit, if you just like didn't see him and he just walked past you, you wouldn't know you walked past somebody wearing a Spurs full kit because of the colours. Because he had the colours of it. He didn't have like, it wasn't just all white and then blue. He had obviously the crest is the colour that it is. But then there was a dark blue, but then there's like a brown that was on it as well.
But I suppose it depends what kit they're wearing, because some Spurs away kits I do recognise, but it was
more of like the normal wear that Spurs You know what I mean? Like
Unless maybe it was like an old retro one or something. Where maybe
it was parts of it that
it
did
would go
look
over my head. But,
there's parts of it that did look a bit retro kind of thing, but it's one of them things where you know you see Arsenal jackets, Arsenal, you know, and you might see the little Arsenal thing on it. It was kind of like that. Basically, if you looked at him, you see in Spurs. If you look at him, like for what he was wearing.
Yeah.
But if you just walked past him, but you didn't see him, you wouldn't know that you were walking past the Spurs wanker, basically. Whereas with Arsenal, because it's red and white.
Sounds like you saw the Spurs version of Ty, because he's always in his full Arsenal kit. Probably the Spurs version.
He might as well have been. He might as well have been a Spurs version of Ty, based on what I saw.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't believe.
Especially if he's the same height, because you said he's short, right? And,
he was short, yeah. But
so it could be.
I just couldn't believe that. But then again, Spurs they're the inferior club anyway. So if anything, Arsenal fans will more laugh at Spurs. Whereas if an Arsenal fan wearing a full Arsenal cap, Arsenal jacket, Arsenal, well, I think he was wearing shorts, so I don't even know. They might have been Spurs shorts. Arsenal bag. I walked into the Spurs store holding a Spurs shirt, looking like they're buying it or bought it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't see him not getting jumped by somebody because Spurs are inferior club.
Yeah.
But I personally think
not unless the area is a ghost town, then they'll probably get away with it and they'll be lucky. But if there's people around, they're going to get jumped.
It was just mind-boggling to see. But I reckon personally, a Spurs fan who would wear at least a Spurs shirt or something, I reckon they'd be safer coming into Arsenal territory than the other way around, because we laugh at Spurs, whereas they hate us. They hate us more than we hate them. They know they're inferior. They know they're inferior and everything like that. So if we come to them,
I agree. Yeah.
If I wear this,
I generally think that them seeing an Arsenal top in front of them will trigger them a lot more than us seeing the Spurs top. 100%. I agree.
Because seeing that guy in the full Spurs kit in the Arsenal shop, it didn't trigger me. It just surprised me. I didn't expect to see it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I never saw him and was like, "Get the hell out of here," kind of thing. I don't know. I just see.
You know what? If it was me, I would have been like, "Get the hell out of here!" Like, because who am I to tell people where to go, what to do? But I would just be looking at them like, "Dude, you're brave."
Yeah,
I mean, that's what I'll be looking and saying to myself.
And the thing is, I don't know how he got there. As in, like, did he get an Uber there, or did he just walk? Or because I don't know. You know what I mean? Because you got people, you know. You get people in N5 that are Spurs fans. You get people in N17 that are Arsenal fans and stuff like that. And it's like, you know, obviously, people are all over. You get people from Tottenham that support
all
Arsenal.
over, because I live on the west side of London, but I'm supporting a team in North. So I mean, they're all over, really.
Yeah, exactly. Must be Emirates football burner account. Need a win. Let's say Arsenal 3-1 Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners. Man City to drop points at Newcastle. Yeah, if see, the thing is, if Man City drop points, if they drop points tomorrow, oh boy, this game becomes even bigger. Jesus Christ.
Man City have dropped points away at Newcastle before, but the thing is, this Newcastle team ain't as good as they have been. So
I think that 2-2 draw was the same day we played Wolves or Burnley. Because I was down there at the Emirates. And we were all watching it on the screen in the Emirates. And then we were cheering because obviously City
was this the season? Was this the 22-23 season? Because I remember I think it was Wolves who beat 2-0. It was before going into the World Cup break. Was it
well, that one? No, it was 23-24. It was, I think it was when we beat Wolves 3-1 or 2-1. Because the only games I went to, not last season, the season before. The only games I went to was when we beat Burnley at the Emirates and Wolves at the Emirates.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh wait, yeah, the Burnley one. Because yeah, when I went there for the Burnley one, Spurs lost at Wolves that day when they lost the last minute goal.
Okay.
So when we
I
played,
think I remember that actually. Yeah. That's coming. It's coming back to me. Yeah.
Yeah, because I on my vlog I said the Spurs have lost, blah blah blah. Because obviously the Arsenal fans we were walking with, they obviously checked the phones, and then the Burnley one then was sorry, not the Burnley one. The Wolves one would have been when Newcastle and City played that day. Oh no! Sorry, no. It was when last season when we beat Leicester 4-2. Yeah, when we beat Leicester 4-2.
Oh, last season. Okay.
Yeah, that was when City drew against Newcastle.
Yeah. I don't think City's record away at Newcastle is the best, if I'm honest. But so they could drop points, but I don't know. I just look at this Newcastle team right now. They don't seem in a good place, and I think the Tyne derby's coming up. By the way, they got Sunderland. I actually think Sunderland might beat them. You know,
it's at Sunderland, isn't it? It's at Sunderland, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Sunderland. Yeah, it's in December.
Oh yeah. I mean, I know it's a derby, but
Sunderland might beat them.
Yeah. Sunderland might apply that pressure on.
It's going to be some game, you know.
Yeah, I was thinking I might do a YG's derby watch and do a watch along for like those big rivalry games. I don't know yet though. I might.
That's actually why I was actually happy when Sunderland got promoted. You know, because I did want to see that game. I want to see the Tyne derby. That's why I was happy when they got promoted. So
I'll read these comments before I go. What do you both make of Gabriel's injury? At first, I was thinking, shit, you know, like this is our best defender of all defenders. But, you know, we signed enough players now. And I'm saying Hincapié to the rescue. That's all I'm saying.
I feel the same way. I'm not really like panicking like some fans are. I'm not like fans like halftime hooks that are having a meltdown over it.
I haven't seen his meltdown. I still haven't seen it. I've been told about it. I still haven't seen it yet. I haven't looked at.
I've seen parts of it. I haven't seen all of it, but I've just seen. For me, I've seen the title of his videos, and it's enough for me to know that he's having a meltdown. Put it that way.
Will Gabriel missing the North London derby cost us? Nope.
I don't think it will. No, I don't think it will.
Hincapié to the rescue. Hincapié to the rescue. That's all I'm saying. Hincapié to the rescue. Remember when I said he wants to adopt to Bellerin or something like that to effect as he sees a grown man as a son. He said a lot of goofy shit. There's a lot of goofy shit he said. I can't remember what he said about Bellerin. I don't know if I remember him saying that, but him being him, he would have said something.
He says a lot of zesty shit, don't he?
He does. But anyways, I'm gonna leave it here. So yeah, as I said, I'll be back on Sunday. If I do any more streaming tonight, it'll be on FC 26, episode 2 of Alexis Blatches, and then we'll get that going. We can show the world. You know, I don't need to show Arteta how to win the league anymore. I did that on FC 25 now. So
cool. No worries, man. I need to go have some food anyway. So
yeah. Well, like the video, share the video, comment, subscribe, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace and big up to you for coming up as well.
No problem, man.
All right, in a bit.
Yeah, in a bit.
And if anyone wants to have a come at me,
come and find me. I'm in the car park now.
Because I'm a black belt in karate.
Stop the cap.
Come and have a pop.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.